Hey guys, hope you're doing well. We just picked up a bunch of new mods for both the Fusion and the Impreza. Each of these is going to be a really nice upgrade over the factory equipment, so let me show you what we've got. So we're starting off with the new set of custom headlights for the Fusion that I was teasing for a little bit.
Oh, it's still on. Okay.
Very good. So these were done over by the guys at Striker Lights out in Wisconsin, if you want to pull one out. So these are the Mustang style headlights for the 2013 through 2016 Ford Fusion. Now these look exactly like my old ones, but there is a ton more upside. It's upside down. There's a ton more upside to these because my old ones, the halos were replaced with a Morimoto and profile prism setup that gave it full RGB capability, which was awesome. Only thing is, I did nothing to the gills. So these have full RGB in everything. The halos, the gills, that's basically it. But just even the headlights as a whole are a big upgrade over the factory headlights that I have on the car because the output on those is basically nothing. Now, I don't know all the specifics of everything that was done to these in terms of like the equipment that was used, but I will get that for you guys. I will have a dedicated install video for these headlights. But the really cool thing is that these LEDs are RGB IC, whereas mine could only have a single color on the strip. These are gonna be able to have multiple colors on the same strip and have like a nice flow effect. And you can see here, we have all the equipment to wire them up. If you notice, has these nice little pigtail connectors. I actually don't know what these are called. But these make the install a ton easier because you're just connecting these pieces together. It's not gonna be as much of actually tapping into different wires and whatnot. I was told it comes with 2 controllers, and not gonna lie, I'm still waiting to get some information just on all the specifics of everything, what these do, but just know that these headlights are gonna be a massive upgrade over the factory unit and the headlights that I used to have on the car. And I wanna give a big shout out to my buddy Billy because I actually bought this set from him. This is his old set. He went with the Demon Eye headlights that are what all the packaging is from. Had a few little tweaks and things to do to them, so he sent them over to Striker Lights. They sent it back to me, and now we're gonna be installing them on the Fusion. So it's gonna be awesome. Moving over to the Impreza, one of the things that the Impreza has that we addressed was the grille. We tried to do a chrome delete, but we used some really old vinyl and it wasn't necessarily in the best condition, so it didn't really last that long. What we have here is a nice aftermarket grille, and the really cool thing about this one is it is finished, if you want to flip it around, in gorgeous carbon fiber. As you can see the weave right there, it's looking awesome. Now this grille I really like because it's a very simple design. It's really just the outer section, and I think this carbon fiber is gonna work perfect with the metallic black paint of the car. Now the really cool thing about this grille is you can get it in 2 finishes. You can get it in carbon fiber like this or in matte black. For matte black, it's only like $130, $140-ish. And then for carbon fiber, it's only about $50 more, which is a pretty good deal because the basic idea we had was you can paint it, you can color match it, you can run it as is. And we're actually leaning to getting the matte black one initially and just color matching it. But color matching it's probably gonna cost more than the difference to go from matte black to carbon fiber. And the carbon fiber, you can run it as is with the opportunity to still color match it if you want to. So we're gonna be running it like this, and it's not the only bit of carbon fiber. As a little teaser right here. Just want to take a quick second to tell you guys about my partner for this video, Mint Mobile. You can join the nation's largest 5G mobile network for as little as $15 a month. Switching is a lot easier than most people think because it only takes about 15 minutes and you can switch from the comfort of your own home because they sell directly to you online. They do this by the use of a digital SIM card called eSIM, but if for whatever reason your phone is not compatible with eSIM, they'll send you a physical SIM card free of charge. One of my absolute favorite things that they do is that every single plan they offer comes with unlimited talk and text, lightning fast 5G, and free mobile hotspot. And say you don't want to do the switch by yourself, it's no biggie whatsoever because they have family plans available with as little as 2 lines. If you're interested in reliable coverage and fast data for a fraction of the cost, go to trymintmobile.com/Dito to get started. Or you can scan this QR code right here. I want to give a big shout out to Mint. Now back to the video. The only thing that I'm not crazy about on this thing is just this mesh. This is like a little aluminum chicken wire looking thing. But it's just mesh, it's very easily removable. As you can see, it's just folded over in position and it has these little hooks to hold it together.
I feel like I can be gentle enough with it to take it off.
I'm sure you can. But we're gonna be replacing this mesh with some other mesh that we have right here. So this is from AGG Auto, and as you can see, it is a very casual, just a little honeycomb finish. It actually came all together pretty well, no damage or anything. And the thing that I learned is that the aluminum mesh is actually cheaper than this plastic mesh. Didn't really, know why. But the aluminum mesh is only about $7 for a roll. Actually, that might be it. It might be packaging. Whereas this plastic honeycomb mesh is about $30, which is a pretty good deal because this stuff is really durable. This is very, very similar to the one that I have on my Fusion, which, not gonna lie, that was the exact idea. I kind of wanted matching grills for our cars. I thought it'd be cool.
It is nice. Like, do that?
Yeah, I like it. Hopefully the camera doesn't freak out trying to pick up all the detail and everything. But if you put the grill on the mesh, you're gonna see we actually have a lot of extra space available, which
so if we mess up, we'll be fine.
If we mess up, we'll be fine. And the other thing is we are actually going to be using this mesh on another panel of the vehicle. We have all this extra material to work with, which is gonna be really nice because it's gonna make everything look very uniform, which is ideal whenever you're putting aftermarket parts on your car. And just for the record, everything that we are unboxing here is gonna be linked in the description box down below. We're also gonna have dedicated install videos for all these pieces. And next up, we have this head unit from idoing. So this is the quote-unquote Tesla style screen for the Subaru Impreza. They actually have one of these for the majority of Subarus. I know they have them for the WRX, for the Forester, Crosstrek, and the basic idea behind this is just getting a little bit more functionality out of your head unit, as well as a little bit more, you're good, a little bit more of a modern look.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
It's a pretty large screen. I believe it's 10 inches, if I remember correctly. It comes in this really nice glossy black finish, which is actually gonna match the trim pieces on the inside. And one of the most notable upgrades is gonna add a wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, which granted, just gonna be CarPlay, but it's gonna be really cool because it's also gonna give you upgraded functionality. So Google Play, surfing the internet, so you can watch YouTube and whatnot on this. Really get the most out of a head unit for the vehicle while also giving it a nice factory look. I'm very excited about that.
It looks really nice. I like how glossy it is.
Right? And one of my absolute favorite things about this unit is something that's not really gonna read just from casually looking at it. And it's that this is not gonna interfere with the AC controls whatsoever. So the AC controls sit underneath the radio controls, and they're just 3 big knobs, whereas this is only going to take over the radio controls, which are also accessible from the steering wheel, so you're really not going to feel any difference. You're just going to get a much larger screen. It is really noteworthy because if your head unit is also dealing with your AC controls, there's more room for error. It's actually what happened with the Fusion, which is why there was such a delay in getting that video posted. But this means that there's going to be less room for error and a much easier install for this unit. So it's gonna be really awesome.
And look what we got.
We got trim.
We go through these pretty quickly. They're all like gnawed up, so. Hey, nice.
Thank you, idoing. These specs right here, so it's 8 plus 128 gigs. It's 9.7 inches, so that's the size, so just under 10 inches. There's a few specs for these. I got the highest options they had for her. And the vehicle does not have Harman Kardon, so it's basically just those 2 settings if you want the higher performance or just the slightly lower performance, and if you have a Harman Kardon sound system or you don't.
Oh, here you go. That way you can read it.
And now we can read it. I'm really excited to get this one going because we'll both have matching grills, similarly matching head units, and we'll be cruising around.
And I'll be able to watch your YouTube videos on here.
Yes, so love that. And this is just a center console lid because the one that she has in her car was damaged. Previous owner, we have no idea how the previous owner did any of the stuff that he did to it. And
red stitching.
Gorgeous red stitching, which ironically this is the exact type of center console lid that I need because they did make some for the Fusion with red stitching, and now that I have red interior, well, red accents in my interior, I think it's funny that I do think it's funny that you beat me to it.
Oh, there's nothing else in here. But what is this? Honestly, I was looking to replace this the moment I got the car. It took me like a year and a half.
Yeah, you've had the car for about a year and a half now.
But hey, got it.
Got it. I want to give a shout out to Reform Auto Parts on eBay because this one was the best deal and the best condition. So a win is a win. And saving the best for last, this piece you might have seen in the background of a handful of my videos, specifically during my Mint Mobile ad reads. We've had it for a few months at this point. This was a birthday gift / Christmas gift, Valentine's Day gift, basically a bunch of gifts piled together for Yvette. It's not gonna look super pretty, mainly because we opened it once already and it's a ton of packaging, which is keeping everything nice and secure. But here we have the gorgeous STI style carbon fiber hood for the 5th gen Impreza. Now this piece not only is finished in this absolutely gorgeous glossy carbon fiber weave, but it also adds that iconic Subaru hood scoop that they've been doing so well for literally decades at this point. Granted, there is a lot more to the story of this hood, which I'll be talking about in the install video more specifically, but few things. So this hood is actually not listed as an Impreza hood. This is for the Crosstrek. The thing is, the more you learn about the Impreza, you find out that the Crosstrek is really just an Impreza with a lift kit. So they share a lot of parts. And whenever we found this hood, we had the idea of what if we built the WRX that Subaru never did. They never made a hatchback version of the WRX. Then we found out none of the parts fit, so we started doing some digging and then ironically found a Crosstrek part that will fit the Impreza that gives you that really nice look. And then again, this gorgeous carbon fiber is gonna work perfectly with the metallic black paint. And then with the remaining mesh, we are gonna be replacing this mesh right here, because again, kind of looking like that chicken wire mesh. Really nothing crazy about it, but it is at least gonna be something that will make the vehicle look a lot more uniform. So one of the main notes I have about this piece is the availability with the price tag that goes with it. So when I initially found this hood, I found it for like $1,300, $1,600, which is completely reasonable for a carbon fiber hood, especially one that is a different style, more specifically with the hood scoop. And then later on, did more digging, found it at another dealer's website, and they were listing it for about $750-ish or something, which at that point, you're thinking, okay, it's a good deal, I'll keep a tab on it. Followed up with it a little bit later, and it was no longer available. This hood specifically, this one that you're seeing here in this video, I saw it listed for about $580 or so, which at that point, I could not get it out of my head, and we were going back and forth as we were driving from Austin to Dallas with the basic consensus of we'd rather be the people that jump at the opportunity to buy this, completely fine with the situation of it being some sort of error or it not actually showing up and just getting a refund.
We thought they were gonna cancel the order, and for like the next day or so, we were just waiting for that email. It was like, hey, actually, we don't have it, or you know, them just deleting it, and it went through.
Yeah, so we were very much just like, if it doesn't go through and we get our money back, no harm, no foul. We were happy to be in that position, but in the off chance, in just that little bit of off chance that it is real and you can get it for $580 whatever dollars, it's absolutely worth it. And I did find it available at this price from 2 different locations, Car ID, which is where I ordered it from, and then eBay. Looking back, I probably would have ordered it through eBay more specifically because eBay has a little bit more friendly of a return policy. But that is something that I do want to point out. It says inspect upon receipt. I got an email saying to make sure to open it up and make sure everything's okay, because you know, a carbon fiber piece can get damaged in shipping, and that was something that the company was on top of. They were saying that they wanted to make sure we were very happy with the product, and if there's anything wrong, that you can still obviously return it even if you accept the delivery, but it's much easier to do it if you say, hey, it's damaged, I can't accept this, and then they basically just cycle back to you and send you another one. So the fact that they were very on top of that felt very reassuring, especially for the bargain that we got this piece at. Granted, there's shipping on top of that. I really don't know why. I've been on the Impreza forums and the Impreza groups, and the price for this piece fluctuates left and right. I've seen it anywhere from, you know, $500, $700, $1,300, $1,400. So if you really want one, I would suggest just checking out the link, keeping a tab on it, and from there, whenever the price is more casual and, you know, more friendly, pick it up. Granted, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but I do at least want to give you some advice if you're trying to save money and get a gorgeous piece like this.
It's light.
Now, to my understanding, the only thing we need to account for is swapping over the latch over here, and you can see here we have these little pieces of wood. This is where the bolts go. Now, fitment, don't really know how it's going to be, not saying it's going to be great, but the finish of this piece is really, really nice. we are gonna definitely take a ton of time to try to get the fitment as dialed in as possible, because the good thing about a hood is you can mess with it a little bit more in terms of the hinges, just the way it lines up. So it should be a little bit more forgiving than, say, a fender that's gonna be a stationary piece.
I'm gonna lift it without, wait, I think I can lift it. There we go.
There we go. So Yvette's gonna beat me to a carbon fiber hood on her car.
You're welcome.
Here we have the bolts. There's a hood scoop down there. Or you can set it down if you want to. I don't want you to.
I'm scared of like messing it up. Help me.
All right, what are we trying to do? Just trying to sit it in.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. And a little bit of a focus on the detail of the hood scoop. So this was not something that the 5th gen Impreza came with, so it's very noteworthy that this piece added it. You can see it even has this nice little ridge here that's very similar to how the WRX has it. And honestly, the finish is just so clean and sleek. This is probably the one that we're most excited to get on the car. And again, dedicated install video for all these pieces. Probably gonna start with the head unit, mainly because that'll probably be the easiest one. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna go ahead and get to installing some of these pieces. So make sure to stay tuned for that, which we'll be posting in like 20 minutes. But we'll see you in the next one. Bye.